Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex at 12 FPS. This one is called A Ferret in My Vending Machine? Uh, so, my name is.
Perish the thought.
It's more likely than you think. So, my name is Zen, and tonight I will be playing the nighttime security guard, Eggs Florentine. And joining me today is my good friend.
I have the same intro every time, forgive me. Hi, I'm Terry Penguin. You can call me Pengu because that is my name and I exist. I am playing a ferret. Where's his breath? Where is his breath?
I'll edit it into the
Where's his
video
no,
later.
you're new. You're new.
It's an employee records.
Thank you, but I Oh yeah, it is. I couldn't find it in my files.
Yeah, just grab it from there.
I'm playing a ferret. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Just continue.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's an FPS. I can't do things with the other players because there are none. Uh so, it's just after midnight at the Partyplex. They just shut down maybe 30 minutes ago. Still got all the lights on. Staff bot starting to uh sweep up, and where's your little guy at?
In a vending machine.
In a vending machine.
Well, he he found this colorful place and went, wow, I'm hungry. And he found a magical box with food inside, with an opening just big enough for his wriggly little self to get in. So, of course, he got in the food box.
Of course he did. Uh and he has thus far gone undetected by the staff bots closing up, who are not programmed to look for ferrets in the vending machines.
He probably waves at them as they go past, not understanding what they are.
Aww. And they pay him no attention whatsoever because they are not trained to look inside the vending machines.
Yep,
Uh.
he just keeps snacking.
Yeah, and as he's snacking, Eggs Florentine arrives on the job, punches in, and starts doing his first rounds of the night. Let's see if he notices. Oh my god. I was like, oh, he's got a +4 to
Oh,
perception. I feel confident about it. He 2 on the dice, so uh does each want to roll perception as well?
yes. What is your perception, little guy? It's a -2.
Oh my god.
He he has no brain cells, Zed.
And yet, and yet he rolled much better than Eggs.
Yeah,
So from
somehow.
I mean, he's not got much else to do in the vending machine but eat snacks and look around. Nice glass window to look around the rest of this very brightly colored building. So he will definitely notice as this tall guy wearing a fox mask uh, starts walking down the hallway, and he's sort of like looking around, looking around, uh, and then uh, H sees him like lift the lid up to one of the trash cans and like look around in there, uh, before dropping it, walking a little bit further down the hallway.
He will
He will.
he will wave at eggs just like he has done to all the staff bots.
Alright, I will roll perception again and see if maybe this gets X's attention well enough. Yep. As soon as
Good.
H starts waving, the movement catches X's eye, and he like turns around, like uh, looking like he's ready to, fight or something. He doesn't know what's going on, and then he sees that the movement is coming from. Well, that looks like a ferret kid stuck in a vending machine. So he relaxes immediately and walks over to the vending machine and sort of like taps gently on the glass.
He just looks up at him happily.
Well, you're having a good time in there, aren't you?
Hi. Yep,
Hello.
the snacks are good.
I'm sure they are, but we closed 30 minutes ago.
What closed?
The PartyPlex.
What's that?
It's the building we're inside right now.
Okay. Why is it closed?
Well, they have to clean it sometime, and most people don't want to stay here all night.
Why not? There's snacks here.
Most people need to sleep, and the most people need to sleep, and the animatronics and employees here need a break too.
What's animatronics?
uh,
He's baby.
he is baby. I
He's
think
itty bitty.
I think H hears a second voice pipe up like, "Wow, what was this kid born yesterday?"
He's
Uh,
very offended.
uh,
He will look around for the source of that voice. Can I roll a perception or investigation?
investigation.
Your investigation. What is your investigation? -3.
Oh boy.
He has no brain cells.
And yet, the dice love him. Uh,
Yet, the dice love the good boy.
mm-hmm. With a 16, after just a couple moments of looking around, uh, each spots that this strange man is wearing a bright yellow and green watch that seems to have some animated googly eyes and is sort of looking skeptically back at him.
His brain goes a little peek into Ferret thought processing. Huh, funny bracelet. Well, the funny bracelet said something that I'm pretty sure was rude to me. Anyway, so he kind of pouts at the funny looking bracelet and goes,
I was not born yesterday.
And I think Eggs looks down at Handy and is like, this kind of tech really isn't that common outside of future worlds. And Handy just sort of like glares up at him, but doesn't press the issue. So Eggs turns his attention back to H and is like, anyway, regardless of the reasoning, we're closed, so, you'll need to get out of the vending machine and I can walk you to the doors and call your parents, maybe?
Why do I need to get out?
He opens up another bag of snacks.
Because we can't have guests in the PartyPlex after hours. And you can't leave the building without first leaving the vending machine.
Eggs, you are giving this boy has no brain cells, and you are giving him more than one fact at a time. he he just kind of slow blinks and
Am I a guest?
Yeah, you're not a customer, but you don't work here or live here either, so you're a guest.
Oh. Okay. Why do I need to leave?
Because there are people that live here that would like to be able to relax for a bit of time at night. And there's people and robots that need to do their jobs here and can't do it if there's a kid still in the building.
Well, I won't bother him. I could just stay in here. I've got plenty of snacks.
Look, kid, I don't make the rules. I am just not allowed to let you stay here after closing.
Who does make the rules?
A whole bunch of people. You can take it up with them,
Can I
but,
talk to them?
well, you can talk to the manager, but she's gone home for the night, so you'll have to wait for tomorrow morning anyway.
Oh. Can I wait here until tomorrow morning?
No.
Why not?
Oh. Look, look, kid, it's really not safe for you to be running around here on your own, especially when there's not a lot of people around.
I'm not running around. I'm sitting still.
That's even less safe.
Oh. Well, if I'm not supposed to run around, and I'm not supposed to sit still, what is the safe thing?
To go home.
Uh, I don't wanna.
That's fine. You don't have to want to, but you do need to.
But I can't. It's really far away.
Well, then you need to go back to wherever it is you are staying.
Uh, right now I'm staying here.
he does not understand.
This is,
He does not
I think,
understand many things.
abundantly clear. Uh, uh, and I think X is like, okay, one thing at a time. Alright, well, you cannot stay in the vending machine. It's not meant for people to be inside of it. So,
And why is there food in it?
you can get the food out of it by pressing the buttons on the outside.
How, how,
Well, you'll have to come out first, but I can show you.
Roll persuasion.
Let's see. 10.
That the ferret is not convinced. He gives Eggs a look like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. He's not sure he wants to get out.
Well, if you stay in there forever, eventually you'll eat all the food, and you'll never learn how to use the buttons.
He grabs a couple bags of like those packaged cookies, stuffs them into his pockets, takes his currently open bag in his mouth, and then goes to crawl out.
Yep. And Egg steps back to give him room to crawl out of the machine.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I'm picturing him like crawling out of the slot, flopping flat onto the floor, and then peeling himself off to stand up.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like that one. And looks up at Eggs like, alright. He's waiting.
Mm-hmm. And Eggs is like, alright, first things first, you have to put some money into the machine. Since we're at the PartyPlex, these take tickets as well. And he pulls like a coin out of his pocket and puts it into a coin slot. Uh, and it sort of like clunks into the machine. And then all of the buttons for specifying which thing you want light up. And he's like, so you look through the window to see which snack or drink you want. And then you look at the shelf under it where there's a number and a letter. And then you hit the buttons for that number and letter. And, uh, well, why don't you give it a try? And he steps back to let
Rolling.
each try pushing the buttons.
I'm gonna roll intelligence to see how an intelligence save to see how his lack of brain cells is holding out with all this information. That's a -1.
Ooh, it's
4.
finally caught up to him. 4.
he watches very very closely, and then Eggs like steps back for him to do it, and he just gets a slow blink. There is no comprehension in those eyes.
Mm-hmm. And X is like, okay, let's take it one step at a time. Which of these snacks do you want? Just pick one for now.
That one.
He points at like a colorfully wrapped candy bar.
Alright. So, the shelf under the candy bar says it's 7B. So, over here with the buttons, you first want to hit 7. Uh, and he like points out the 7 button for H but doesn't push it, so H can push the button.
H will look carefully between the button and the 7 and then press.
And there's a little beep from the machine as he pushes the button. And then you hit the B button.
And once again, he looks between them very carefully before he presses.
Mm-hmm. And there's another beep, and then like a much bigger, more colorful button uh that says "Enjoy" starts like lighting up and flashing. And X is like, so finally you hit this button, and it'll drop the candy bar for you to eat.
Well, he doesn't understand numbers or letters very much, but he understands give me snack. So he presses that button very enthusiastically.
Mm-hmm. And through the window, you can see the little like spring dispensers start spinning, and the candy bar comes to the
Oh,
front of the shelf and then falls off it to the bottom. And eggs
he jumps a little as it dunks.
and eggs pushes open the slot and pulls the candy bar out and hands it to H. Not gonna give him another chance to crawl back in there.
Oh, he would have stuck his whole upper body in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He will happily take the candy bar and tear it open with all the bravado of someone who does not know how to tear open a candy bar.
Aww.
He cracks it like an egg.
Oh, and Eggs kind of watches this for a second, makes sure that H is enjoying his little snack, and then goes,
Very happy.
"All right, uh, with that handled, who who are your parents or guardians? Who looks after you? And do you have their phone number?" And he is already
Uh,
like, yeah, he is already like cringing a little bit in terms of there's no way this kid knows a phone number.
Eggs, you have once again given H three different questions. Because for H, who are your parents and who takes care of you are two very different questions.
Uh-huh. Uh, I think while he is brain rebooting, Handy speaks up and is like, "Why don't you just check his guest profile? His parents should be on there." Uh, and X is like, "Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Kid, let me see your entry bracelet."
my what?
Of course. Did you get a bracelet when you came in here?
He double checks his risks to make sure he didn't just forget.
No.
Great. So, that's a dead end. Uh, did you come here with anyone?
He points at himself.
Me.
Anyone else?
No.
I'm picturing X doing like the prayer hands in front of the mouth thing as he's just like
Yep.
trying to keep his patience and find questions that H will be able to answer.
I'm sorry, Ace. The boy has no brain cells.
Mm. Oh, here's one. Kid, what's your name?
H.
Like just the letter H? Or is there more
Uh-huh.
to it?
It's my favorite letter. Just the
Well,
letter.
He seems very proud of himself.
do you have a last name?
Uh, Yes.
Do you know what that last name is?
He sounds so exhausted. Hold on. Both H and I need to remember what his last name is. Because he does have one, but I don't use it ever. Yes, I found it. It there is tune. He can hear the gears turning, smoke processing out the ears. And it takes him a good second, and then he goes,
Matlin. Yeah.
Alright. That I can work with, I think. I'm going to try to look you up in our. He looks at age correctly,
You're
judging
looking
that
down
this
at
kid
me.
will not know the word computer, and is like, I'm going to see if we have any guest records of you or your family, so that I can find your parents, okay?
But my parents aren't here.
They're certainly not here right now, but
And they've never been here, I'm pretty sure.
great. Uh, what about, do you have guardians, people that look after you that aren't your parents?
Uh,
He's gonna keep processing. A's can probably take that as a no.
Alright, so you're just on your own.
yep.
He is unbothered.
Great. Not like I took the night shift because I wouldn't have to deal with kids. Anyway, H, you're going to be coming with me tonight, okay?
Why?
Because you can't wander around the Partyplex on your own, and there seems to be no one responsible that I can have come pick you up.
But I wander around by myself all the time.
Well, then you shouldn't have wandered into someone who wasn't going to let you do that. That's really not safe.
It's not?
Not around here, at least, no.
Why not?
Well, there have been some not very nice people here at the Partyplex. Uh, that tried to hurt some kids that wandered off on their own.
Processing. Processing. Ferret processing. Toaster ding sound.
Oh, like those guys who tried to rob me, but they didn't have any money, so they couldn't.
X is just staring at you, and Handy goes, What?
Yeah, I was walking around and it was, uh, yeah, it was dark, and these guys came and said I should give them my money, but I said I didn't have any money, so they got mad and they tried to beat me up, but it was okay because I'm really wiggly, so I ran away.
He does a little wiggle.
Oh, X is doing the prayer hands thing again. And Hansy's like, Yeah, kinda like that. Except, uh, these people aren't after money. They just want to hurt people. So they probably wouldn't let you go.
But I'm really wiggly.
Better not to risk it, don't you think?
I don't know.
He takes a bite of his candy bar just to punctuate that statement. Story of his life.
uh, and Eggs goes, well, I am not going to let you put it to the test. So, you're going to stick with me tonight, and, uh, well, we'll figure it out from there. I'm sure there's gotta be, like, an orphanage or a children's shelter somewhere around here. Someone who can look after you and make sure that you're safe.
Blinks.
Orphanages are for people who don't have parents, right?
Usually, yes.
Oh. I am unusual.
I'm sure you are, but you still need someone looking after you.
He squints at Eggs.
Then what are you doing?
I'm supposed to make sure nobody hurts anyone in the building. So, that's why I'm going to keep an eye on you for tonight to make sure you don't get hurt. But I can't look after you all the time.
Why not?
I have other things to worry about.
Oh.
H does not understand that because he does not have many worries. He doesn't have enough brain cells for worries.
Oh my god. Baby boy. Baby.
Yeah. Yeah. His intelligence is a 5.
God.
It used to be a 3.
God. Uh. X just goes,
Nope.
you don't have to worry about it. But, I wouldn't be very good at looking after you, for very long.
Oh.
But I'm sure we'll find someone who will be. Uh, and for tonight, you can stick with me. You'll get to see all around the PartyPlex. Does that sound fun?
Yes. All I've seen so far is the vending machine.
Wait, Eggs didn't call it a vending machine. He said,
All I've seen so far is the food box.
It's called a vending machine. There's a lot of other cool stuff here. I'm sure you'll like it.
he does look excited.
Oh.
he will follow right at Eggs' side.
Aww. Adorable. Adorable.
Yeah.
Mm. And Eggs will resume his patrol route, which is basically walking all of the various hallways of the PartyPlex. Uh, and
Accompanied by the sound of a ferret crunching on a candy bar.
yep, and he'll go like point out the attractions as they walk by them, like, so that's Archie's alligator golf. It's a mini golf course, and they decorated it to look sort of like a swamp.
Who is Archie? What is golf? What is a swamp?
uh, Archie is one of the animatronics here. Those are robots that sort of look like people. Archie is an alligator, and he plays the keyboard in the band, I think, or maybe it's guitar.
What is a keyboard?
It's like a musical instrument where you press buttons to make noises.
Oh. I know what music is.
That is one of the things he knows, therefore he must state it.
That's good. X internally just like, oh my god. Could you imagine if he didn't? X internally.
What is music? Well,
X internally like, he said he wasn't born yesterday, but it can't have been more than like the day before yesterday, right?
no. He just doesn't have an education.
My god. Uh, golf is like a sport where people use a stick to hit a ball into a hole for fun.
Oh, that does sound fun. What's a sport?
It's sort of a game that's got a
I like
physical.
games.
Yeah, it's sort of a game where you move your body.
Are there sports for being wiggly?
Uh, Gymnastics, I think. I don't know if that's a sport, but
I want to do gymnastics.
yeah, you would probably do good at gymnastics.
His tail wags. This is the closest thing he's ever gotten to praise, Eggs.
Oh my god. Baby.
You'd probably be good at. Is the closest thing.
And a swamp is like a type of nature where the ground is very wet and there are a lot of plants.
I don't think I would like a swamp. I don't like wet. Well, some kinds of wet, but I don't like the earthy wet. I like the wet wet.
Hmm. Archie Golf isn't actually a swamp, so it's not actually wet. So,
Oh, good.
He seems satisfied.
hmm And Eggs is like, for half a second, considers, do you want to go in, asking if H wants to go inside, and then immediately pictures this ferret becoming lost in the fake plant underbrush and is like, we won't go inside.
He is 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. And they'll continue walking on. Uh, and Eggs will be like, explain the other attractions in a similar level of detail.
H has many more questions about many things.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Uh, and probably like the one attraction they will duck into is the arcade. It's not so easy to lose a kid in there. Uh, so all of the arcade games around the place all lit up and playing their music and everything.
H has seen so many colors since he entered. Well, these are more colors than he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah. It's a very colorful place.
He will ask how to use one of the arcade machines.
uh, Does he like pick out a specific one and
He will choose the most colorful one.
mm-hmm. And Egg sort of walks over and is like, H can roll insight.
Yes. What is your insight, sweetie? Your insight is -2. -2. Please. The dice is like 2 so far. 9.
9. With a 9, H can see that Eggs is kind of like hesitating and like scrutinizing the machine himself. Like, he doesn't have the quick answers that he's had for a lot of the other questions so far. But eventually he like reaches into his pocket and pulls out another coin and is like, well, you have to put the coin into the coin slot and then the game will turn on and you can play it. You have to push the buttons on the console and that'll make things move around on screen.
Oh, like the vending machine.
A little bit. Uh, Here, let's try it. And he like
H has
puts the
unlocked the
coin
concept of buttons.
in. Mhm. Eggs puts the coin in.
Everything with buttons will be. Sorry.
Hmm?
Everything with buttons that you put a coin in will now be compared to a vending machine.
Oh, great. Uh, so yeah, Eggs puts the coin in and then steps back so that H can reach the buttons.
He he's so small.
So small, but it's an arcade for children. There's probably like a step stool every 5 feet that can be pulled over.
Good. He will need the step stool, and he. When a kid is exposed to a bunch of buttons that they are told do fun things, they will press all and every button
Mm-hmm.
with no rhyme or reason.
Yeah. Uh,
Should I roll something?
Maybe, yeah. What type of game do you think this is? Like, maybe it's something like Pac-Man or Fruity Maze, where it's like the character moves around in a maze. I feel like that would be maybe the most approachable kind of video game for H. 4 buttons for
Yeah.
the 4 directions.
Also, I feel like Also feel like Fruity Maze would be up there with one of the most colorful ones.
This is true. And H can't immediately die when he starts pushing buttons. Die in the game. He cannot immediately lose the game when he starts pushing buttons and runs into an enemy or something. No enemies. So.
Yeah, just maze.
Mm-hmm.
Survival?
I would say sleight of hand. Because you're not necessarily trying to make it through the maze, just, navigate it.
His sleight of hand is a +6.
Wow, he is wiggly.
Yeah! His dexterity is his best stat. 14.
No brain cells, only wiggles. I think
Brain cells only wiggles.
I think like after a few presses of the buttons, each picks up on how it works, and each button being a direction that the character moves on screen. And of course, it helps that each time you like run into a fruit and pick it up, there's like lights flashing, music playing, like.
He loves that.
Mm-hmm. Like all sorts of celebratory effects as he
His tail
runs
will
around.
be wagging. His tail will be wagging behind him every time it makes the good noises.
Oh my god, he's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And X is sort of like standing a couple feet behind him and off to the side, keeping an eye on him.
He's having the time of his little life.
Ooh. My gosh. And I think like after several minutes the game eventually ends and the machine starts printing out tickets.
He's a little startled at that one. He's like, "Oh, it's still making good noises, but oh, there's something down there." He will probably point at those and go, "What are those?"
Those are tickets. You can use them at the prize corner to get things.
Can I get food?
Yep, they sell all sorts of treats at the prize counter. If you have enough tickets, you could get candy, pizza, soda, I think.
How many tickets do I need for a candy?
Depends on the type of candy. I don't really know off the top of my head.
He starts gathering up all the tickets.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably only like 20 or 30 tickets.
Yeah.
Because I cannot break the economy by giving out hundreds of tickets and FPSs.
Understandable. These can also be non-canon tickets. I will not add them to H's sheet.
Mm-hmm.
He will just gather up the tickets in his little hands.
Be like, can we go to the prize corner?
he can he can have a little walking around money.
Yeah.
Roll insight.
Yes, will do. What's your insight again? It's -2, isn't it? Yes, it's a -2, as are all your wisdom scores except survival. Sorry. 20 -2.
9.
9.
Oh,
That's the same as the last insight roll.
yeah. With a 9, Eggs hesitates a little. Maybe it's because he's trying to let you down gently, because eventually what he says is like, not right now. The prize corner is closed for the night, like the rest of the building. But you can come back tomorrow and visit the prize corner then.
He seems satisfied with this answer.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix is like, just hold on to those, and yeah, you can get something cool tomorrow.
He will stuff them in his pockets. They will get horribly crumpled.
Eggs, looking at the state of this child. You might want to keep them safe in your hammer space. If the tickets get too torn apart, they can't
My
be
what?
used anymore. Your hammer space? You are a tune, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence. Because he does have hammer space and he does use it. He just doesn't know the word for it. What's your intelligence, buddy? Intelligence check. Minus 13. That's probably enough.
Yeah.
He still takes the ferret processing time and then goes like,
Oh, is that like where my pockets are really, really bigger than they should be?
Yeah. All tunes have a hammer space where they can keep things that are bigger than you would think they could keep. And a lot of tunes have it in their pockets.
I thought it was just weird.
Meg shakes his head. No, I think all tunes can do that.
Are you a tune?
No, I'm real kind.
Oh. Okay.
Eggs can roll an insight.
Sure. My
6.
god.
The dice like H and they don't like eggs.
I'm gonna uh do X's once per day advantage because
Oh!
I am intrigued. Basically, flavor wise, this is Handy helping out. So Handy's taking a look,
Aw.
and we'll
I love
relay
him.
things to Eggs later.
You got above a 10, so I'll give that to you because H wears his heart on his sleeve, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It requires brain cells to be deceptive, which he does not have. H. Well, now I don't know how to describe it. I did, but now I lost it.
Sorry.
It's okay. Uh, H seems. H seems more familiar with real kind than with tunes. That's what I'll give him.
Mm. I feel like between that and not knowing what hammer space was called, it's not a hard jump. For
Yeah.
Handy to go. You didn't grow up with tunes, did you, kid?
Nope.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, neither of them are gonna press the issue, so it's just like a,
H is
huh,
just like. It's just like.
Why?
why what?
Why'd you ask?
Just wanted to check.
Oh. Okay.
H also isn't gonna press because he doesn't have enough brain cells for that.
Mm-hmm. That's just his normal.
Yep.
Uh, actually, I think Eggs will ask. So, how long have you been in Einqual then?
He counts on his fingers. I don't actually know. Well, yeah, let's just pull an amount out of thin air. 6 days.
Angie just 6 days?
Yeah?
Yeesh, I thought I was new around here.
How long have you been here?
Like a couple weeks?
How long is a week? A week? A week is 7, right?
Right, a week is 7 days.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence. Because he doesn't have that many fingers. Nope.
My god, that's a nat 1. Modified down to
He
a
just,
-2.
he just starts counting on his fingers, and as soon as he gets to like when he has to count on 2 hands, he just visibly loses it. And he just puts his hands back down. He gives up.
Is he trying? What is he trying to count?
He was trying to count how many days 2 weeks is.
Oh my god.
He has no brain cells. I have to. H was my first Toon kind character, and it was just me going, "What if there was a little guy that was dumb and wiggly?"
He sure is dumb and wiggly. You nailed it.
I love him.
He's excellent. Uh,
Thank you for reminding me that I love him.
uh, X sort of like watches H try and fail to count on his fingers, and is like, "Are you in school, kid?"
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. How old are you?
He's gonna try and count on his fingers again. I'm gonna roll another intelligence.
Oh my god, it's for an even bigger number, so.
Yup.
Hey!
14. Okay, he makes this one. He counts on his fingers, and it still takes him a while, but he manages to make it at least past one hand this time. And it takes him a second, and then he goes,
19.
You wanna roll insight?
"Yup." 10.
10. Uh, X is like staring at H, and he's doing the prayer hands in front of the mouth thing again.
What?
And he's just like still silent for a moment and is like, and uh in those 19 years, have you been growing up at all? Learning things?
Uh,
Roll insight.
8.
8.
Oh.
I'll give it to you anyway. H suddenly seems visibly shy. And he kind of looks down at his feet and goes, going up a little bit. School, no.
Alright. Some tunes take a long time to grow up. It's not always predictable. But,
He sort of fidgets with his cloak.
I'm sure whoever we find to take care of you, we'll get you into a nice school.
Fidget, fidget, fidget.
It'll be fun. Inkwell schools are fun. And I'm sure you'll learn a lot. I cannot hear you.
Oh, he was being very quiet with that one. This is like, are they better than Faruma schools?
I think so, yeah. They're certainly more interesting.
He still seems unsure.
Uh, It's like, I went to school here in Inkwell, and I turned out fine, right? So, I'm sure you'll do great.
Eggs fine is relative. This is me, Pengu, speaking to you. Eggs fine is not a word I would use to describe you.
Okay,
However,
this might be an argument against it, actually.
However, H, whose bar for a person who knows things is so low, he just kind of looks up at Eggs and goes, "You do seem to know a lot of stuff, like what a swamp is and what sports are."
I'm. Oh. I'm just picturing like the second they're not in front of H, Andy looking up at X and going like, "Fine, you call yourself fine? You're a train wreck of a person, and you call yourself fine?" Uh,
What's a
but
train wreck?
oh, it, it's it's nothing you have to worry about. I do know a lot of things. Yes, I learned a lot of things at school.
It's just like, that makes sense.
Hmm.
He's still got the question of what is a train wreck is going to be locked into his mind for until the end of his days.
My God, does he know what a train is?
No. He's considered train wreck as one word.
Oh my God.
H will remember this. But he does just kind of look up at Eggs and be like, in his little brain, he's like, yeah, this seems like a knowledgeable adult person.
Mm-hmm. He's been able to answer most of H's questions so far.
Yeah, most people don't. Most people just ignore him or try to kick him out of places.
Which, to be fair, Eggs was also trying to kick him out. But
Yeah, but he led him around the PartyPlex instead and answered all his questions.
yeah.
This is a nice guy. This is a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Uh yeah. And once they're done in the arcade, yeah, they're gonna continue walking around the partyplex. Uh Eggs sort of like poking his head into rooms, checking on things. There's probably also some security staff bots scooting by with flashlights in hand.
He waves at them all.
Mhm.
Why don't they wave back?
Most of them are well, they're very focused on their jobs and they don't know how to do a lot else.
Oh, I don't know how to do a lot either.
Well, you can learn how to do more things, I'm sure.
He seems unsure.
uh I don't know what role this would be, but insight or perception.
From
If
me or from Ix?
for each to notice a thing.
Yippee! You said insight or perception?
Yeah.
They're the same rolls.
Well, that makes it easier.
17!
Yeah, so yeah, each will notice the more he sees these security bots roll by. They're all using flashlights because it's getting kind of dark in here. A lot of the overhead lights have been shut off by now. Uh, NX has a flashlight on his belt, but he's not using it.
He points at the flashlight on Ix's belt and goes,
Why aren't you using the light stick?
Oh, it's called a flashlight. And I can see okay without it. Do you want to use it? Is it too dark in here for you?
does my boy have dark vision? I don't know.
Most
Do you-
tunes don't.
do you- I'm just making sure. I don't think it is. Yeah, no dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
He nods then. He would like to see.
Yeah. And Eggs pulls the flashlight out of his belt and like hits the button to turn it on and hands it over to H. You hold on to that for the rest of the night then.
He gives a very serious nod. He is now considering this his very important task.
Exactly. Little kids love having important tasks to do.
Yeah! He holds on to it very seriously, clasped in both of his furry little hands.
And can point it around to light things up.
He does. He might accidentally blind a couple staff bots. He might accidentally blind eggs.
Handy is snickering.
H will look at that funny little sound on the funny little bracelet and squint at it.
uh, Andy's screen makes the little colon P tongue sticking out emoticon.
H will look at the eggs, point at Handy, and go,
Why is your bracelet mean?
What? Why is your
It was laughing at
Why is the bracelet being what?
mean.
Oh.
Mean.
Oh, it's just like that sometimes. Andy, can you please not pick a fight with a literal child? Uh, and Handy's also makes the tongue sticking out emoji at eggs and is like, I won't promise anything.
H pouts. Handy is now getting puppy eyes made at it. Cute ferret puppy eyes.
I'm just picturing Handy like staring so blankly back, unimpressed.
Can I roll a charisma?
Sure.
His charisma is another not terrible. Charisma or persuasion? His persuasion's better.
Sure, you can roll persuasion.
Okay.
Persuading Handy to like you. 21.
These are the best puppy eyes anyone has ever seen.
Handy like remains expressionless for a moment, and then like uh I think each can see like big cartoon sweat drop, and it looks away, and it's like through gritted teeth, like, fine, I'll play nice.
His tail wags.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Don't mention it.
Okay.
He goes back to pointing his flashlight very seriously.
Delightful. Oh, I think Jackie's
He's
gonna
a
love
cutie
this kid.
patootie.
What?
Who's gonna love this kid?
Jackie?
My brain solves.
The daycare attendant, the doll
Yes, I
plays.
thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh no, it just
And what was the thing you were saying?
I forgot.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's my incredibly powerful skill of forgetting things. I think I was just saying that he was pointing his flashlight very seriously, and that, oh, I said he's a cutie patootie. That's what I was saying.
Ah, this is true. True fact.
Yay.
Uh, is he starting to get tired at all? It's probably like 3 in the morning.
Good question. I'm gonna roll a constitution to see. That's just a straight d20. Nope.
Flat 20.
That's
Wow.
a nat 20.
This kid's, well,
he is.
He's had so much sugar,
Yeah.
I bet. He's wired.
Yup. Yup. Angst was like, people are usually sleeping at this time, and H is like, what's sleep?
X is like eyeing the kid like, well, most students sleep, right? This children sleep, right? Are
He knows
ferrets
what sleep
nocturnal?
is. Are ferrets nocturnal? I don't think so.
Mm.
It's nocturnal.
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
They're adaptable, just like humans.
Mm.
H has insomnia.
Mm. Like it's just like,
He knows what sleep is.
you know, he's not gonna push the issue, cause uh, you know, the last thing he wants to do is try to put a kid to bed that doesn't want to go to sleep. That would be a difficult situation. So he's just gonna,
Yep.
you know, keep walking around, making his rounds around the PartyPlex. Uh, maybe looking into some of the attractions now. Just like keeping an eye on things. Uh, is there anything else?
H following.
Oop,
Hmm.
continue.
Can can eggs roll a little bitty perception on H?
Yes.
Just a little bitty perception.
11.
11. I'll give it to you again because he's being very obvious about it. Well, he's not trying to be, that's just his nature, you know? He's not good at subtlety.
Mm-hmm.
H is, of course, following along with eggs, and whenever eggs like looks into an attraction or does like a motion, H is mirroring it.
Oh my god!
Yang.
Oh, I I feel like I need to roll something to have Eggs keep his composure. Whiz save or deception, do you think?
Whiz save to see if he keeps his composure, and then if he fails that, deception to see if he hides that he's not keeping his composure.
Alright. Okay, 14. It's not bad. I'm still gonna roll the deception anyway and just see how that goes, because with my luck tonight,
Yeah.
it might fail horribly and be
Yes,
obvious anyway. Yep.
it failed horribly and is obvious anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, uh, once he notices that, he keeps like trying to subtly out of the subtly out of the corner of his eye, looking back at H like, oh my god, is he still doing it? He
Yep.
is. Oh my god. Uh, H can roll insight.
Yay. 16.
16. Uh, I mean, you don't have the absolute clearest view of what this man's feeling because he's got a mask on. Uh, but he has definitely noticed what H is doing, and he is not like angry about it or upset by it. He seems very like touched about it, and like he might cry.
He continues, now with tail wiggles involved.
Oh my gosh, baby man, baby.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
Eggs has introduced himself yet, has he?
He has not, and H has not had the brain cell to ask.
Uh, yeah,
And neither have I. I forgot.
me too. Is there, I think, anything else we want to do in detail before we hit 6 a.m.?
I don't. My brain is not coming up with anything, but my brain is also. I have only slightly more brain cells than H does.
You have many more brain cells, don't worry. I'm sure you can count to 10 without using your fingers.
You don't know if I'm using my fingers. This is not a video call.
uh, but yeah, they continue walking around the PartyPlex for the rest of the shift until 6 a.m. rolls around and the lights switch back on. There's probably music playing over the speakers again. And X is like,
H will jump.
yep, sorry, that's a bit of a shock at first, but it means the PartyPlex is open again. What did he say?
He said the place is alive.
He's right, but Eggs doesn't know that. So he's like,
Neither does H.
mm-hmm. So Eggs is like, no, there's, some people that turn on the music and play it over the speakers and turn on the lights and things.
Oh. Okay.
And that means that my shift working here is over. So let's go get you to the front desk and they should be able to keep helping you.
H seems unsure again.
I'll go with you. It'll be fine.
Okay.
He and Eggs will lead them to the front desk, which the building's still quiet. They only just opened. It's probably only employees inside right now. Uh, but there is now like someone behind the front desk. And Eggs is like, so we have a unaccompanied child that stayed after closing last night. And
What is unaccompanied?
it means you aren't with your parents or guardian or someone who's looking after you.
Oh. I'm usually unaccompanied.
Well, that's not terribly safe. And
He
I think the
shrugs.
person behind the front desk is like, "Oh, it's not so unusual for Inkwell. But yeah, we can get the kid some help and send him on his way. Uh, I'll take care of it from here, all right?" Uh, and X nods and he's like, "Well, uh if you're ever back here again and need my help, just uh
Get stuck in a vending machine?
no, don't get stuck in a vending machine again. Just ask someone to get you uh and he looks down at his name tag. Eggs Florentine.
I don't know what Florentine is, but I know what eggs are.
Yeah, I'm the only eggs here, so you can just ask for eggs.
Okay.
Alright.
H, who learned in his last FPS before I stopped playing him that you're not supposed to eat eggs with the shell on.
My god. And eggs
He's
is
like, I know what eggs are.
just barely.
Just barely.
And eggs hesitates for a moment and then like very hesitantly pats H on the top of his head.
AOX.
It's like, good luck, kid. Stay safe.
I do not know enough about safeness to promise that, but I'll do my best.
All right. I guess that's all. I guess that'll have to be good enough. And gives each one more pat on top of the head, and then walks behind the front desk and through an employees only door into the back rooms.
H waves goodbye.
Aww. I'm picturing like Eggs does not look back, but Handy sees H waving and displays the little like waving hand emoji.
H beams.
Yee.
The mean, funny bracelet waved back.
Oh. And each is left with the front desk worker who's going to probably get him some snacks and send him on his way.
Someone else to be the subject of his questioning.
Mm-hmm. But I don't play that front desk worker. Nobody does. And so the FPS will end here.
Yay! Yippee!
Yee! And H is officially at the PartyPlex. Huzzah!
I missed him. I missed my boy.
Well, now he's here and he's going to have a lot of fun and or trauma. Probably both.
That's Toonkind.
That's Toonkind for you. Yeah, thanks for playing the FPS with me. Thank you to our listeners. And yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye bye.